So today we are discussing the digital data transmission. Actually, in the last class we have discussed that there are two type of data transmission. So one we have discussed was the analog signals are there, and second one we have discussed was the digital. Well, talking about the analog, we have discussed that there are the sine waves which are coming, and in the digital the waves are simply like this. So becoming the digital wave, we are having the 1, 0 and 1, but here we are having many values. It is in the floating also. So we know that the digital is always better than the analog signals. So there we are doing the extension of this topic, that the digital data transmissions are further divided into the two categories. So this data transmission talking about the digital data. So one we are having is the parallel, and second one we are having is the serial. So there are two type of data transmission. One is parallel and second one is the serial. Now I am taking one example to make you understand. Let us suppose that we are having the sender this side, and from there we are having the multiple lines. Let us suppose that these are the multiple lines which are going from one sender to other receiver. So now you can see that there are multiple lines which are going. So this is the example of parallel communication. If I say that 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, so these are the 5 lines which are sending the data. So data is moving directly from these lines. Now assume that one line can send 1 bit of data. Now how much data I can send at the same time? So 5 bits can be sent at the same time. So this is called the parallel transmission. Parallel transmission means there are parallel lines. If I have to send the 5 bits, then I need 5 lines. If I have to send the 15 bits, then I need the 15 lines. Bits, I am taking an example that let us suppose one line is sending the 1 bit. Talking about next one we are having is the serial transmission. The serial transmission we are learning from very first day. Let us suppose that there is a sender this way and there is a receiver at this side. Now here we are sending through one wire, one line. So that is a single line on which we are sending the data. So that is called the serial transmission. Let us suppose that at the same time we are having the 5 bits of data, but it will go bit by bit. Only one bit can go. So there we can say that only one bit can transmit at a time. So this is the serial transmission. So these are the major categories of the data transmission in the digital form. One is parallel and second one is the serial. So now we are discussing the parallel transmission, and afterward we will see the further categories of serial also, which is asynchronous, synchronous and isochronous. So this whole diagram we will discuss one by one, but first of all we are going to the parallel transmission. So now we are discussing the first category, which is the parallel transmission. So we are writing here, it is parallel transmission. So guys, now this diagram is very much clear to all of you that this is our sender and there we are having a receiver. Let us suppose that I have to send the 8 bits. So 8 bits can be sent together, means at a time I can send the 8 bits. So now for that we are having the 8 lines. So we can even count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So these are the 8 lines. Out of that we can send the 8 bits. Bits can be 0 and 1 because we are learning the digital data transmission, then for sure we are sending the digital signals. So if I talk about the definition, then we can say that we can send, or we can say the multiple bits are sent with each clock tick. Well, that is very interesting. Each clock tick means whenever we are saying a second, whenever the clock moves, a second moves, right? A clock tick, we say it as the clock tick. So at a second moved, the multiple bits are transferred. So in the case of this diagram, whenever a clock tick moves, the 8 bits are transferred because there are 8 lines. So there is one more conclusion we can draw, that to transfer eight bits, there are 8 separate lines are required. Means to send the 8 bits we need the 8 lines, or to send the 20 bits we need the 20 lines. So that is the important thing about the parallel communication. Now we are moving towards the advantages. So if I say the advantages, then the very first advantage of the parallel communication is high speed. So we can say that the speed is very high. The reason is there. If you are transferring a data and you are having multiple lines to transfer and all are in your control, so obviously the speed will be very high. So that is the main advantage of the parallel communication. But there are various disadvantages also. So if I talk about the disadvantage, then the first disadvantage is the cost. We know that if 8 lines are there, then obviously 8 times the cost. Let us assume that I can send the data from one line, but I am using the 8 lines now. So 8 times more cost will be there. So cost is very high, and also it is limited to short distance. So that is a major disadvantage. Let us suppose that you are having the 8 lines for sending 8 bits, but maybe you can send in your area, or maybe you can send in 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, but you cannot just send these 8 lines to complete city. For your communication you are using 8 lines, that will be very costly. So long distance is not possible. So that's why we see that parallel is obviously better in terms of speed, but in terms of cost, parallel is the worst. So that's why we are having the next type of the data transmission, and that is called the serial transmission. So now we are learning the serial transmission. So now we are learning the serial transmission. So I'm writing here, this is the next transmission, which is serial transmission. So talking about the serial transmission, we are having only one line. So you can see that only one wire is there. So this is only one wire through which we are sending the data. So I am writing here one wire or one line. Now if I has to send the same 8 bits, let us suppose that these are the 8 bits which I has to send. So these 8 will send one after another. Means they will go into the sequence, one by one they are sending. We cannot send them at the same time. So what will be the speed? Speed will be only 1 bit. That means only 1 bit will be sent. If I assume that in the previous example, in the parallel communication, the speed was, let us suppose that 8 bits are sent per second, then here only 1 bit will be sent in a second. So this is the example of the serial communication. But yes, we know that the speed is less, but still we are using it because of the cost. That's why the people are more interested towards the cost, and we are using it. Now take this example. We are having a sender and we are having a receiver. So at the sender side we are having some 8 bits and we have to send them. So only one wire is there through which those all 8 bits will come. And these are the parallel to serial converter. This is applied. Another side again serial to parallel converter. Thing is that you assume that all the 8 bits are coming to the sender, means sender is sending the same 8 bits, but we are using only one line. That's why this converter is required. So this one is the converter which is converting the parallel to serial, because these 8 bits are parallel and whatever they are going over here, they are the serial. Serial means 1. So converting 8 to 1, meaning I am giving chance to 1 by 1. So these are the 8 bits. Now coming here, they are again stored and again they are giving back. 8 bits are given here. So data was 8 bits only in both the cases, parallel and the serial. But the difference is that in the parallel, 8 bits are sent in a second at the same time because 8 lines are there. But in the serial, we are having one line. So the 8 bit data is sent one by one, one after the another. So we can write about the serial transmission that 1 bit sent with each clock tick. Clock tick, we know that the clock moves, right? A second I am talking about. So every second we can send only 1 bit. So that is the thing, only 1 bit is transferred. And obviously to transfer 1 bit we need only one line. So one line is required. So that is not a new thing we have to add on. But yes, there are two important things in the concern with serial communication. One is the LSB. LSB stands for least significant bit. And there is another thing, that is MSB, which is called as most significant bit. Now least significant and most significant bit. Now the rightmost bit which is there, so bit at the right which is present is the least significant bit, and bit on the left, that is called the most significant bit. So talking about here in the diagram, so here you can see that 0 is the on the right. So on the right we are having is the LSB, least significant bit, and here we are having 0 at the end. So that is the MSB. And the data is moving in this way. So which one is the first bit transferred? LSB. So we can write here data transferred. The data is transferred from LSB to MSB. So talking about the data, if we are sending, the least significant bit will reach to the receiver first. So this is the bit which will receive to the receiver first. Then afterward the chance is given, so on till the MSB. So this is all about the serial communication. Now we are talking about the advantages. So the advantages of the serial communication. The first and the foremost advantage, we know that it is the reduce cost. The cost of data transmission is very less, because you know that only one line is going instead of 8 lines. Although speed is less, no problem, but cost is very less. And you know that today people prefer cost, right? So less cost is there, and that is also beneficial for the long distance. So that is much beneficial. Now we are talking about the disadvantages. So disadvantages. So talking about the disadvantage, we need or we require conversion device. Well, we know this thing. Here these two devices are extra. One is parallel to serial communication and then is serial to parallel. So that converter are required because the sender is sending the data into the 8 bits. Then afterward those bits are converted to the serial communication. So that parallel to serial converter is required. Then this serial reach to receiver, and again the serial to parallel is converted, then given the 8 bits to the receiver. So these conversion devices are required. So these are the extra. Now afterward the serial communication, as we know that the serial is more beneficial in terms of cost, and we use the serial everywhere mostly. So just like the internet our home, obviously the one wire is coming. There are no 8 wires coming at our home. So one wire is there. So serial communication is beneficial more in terms of cost. So there are 3 more types of serial. One is asynchronous, second one is synchronous, and third one is isochronous. So these are the 3 further types of serial communication.